At family reunions and gatherings, it's not uncommon to open the family album and to relive our shared history. And this is exactly what is taking place tonight, although in an abbreviated fashion. The Easter Vigil is the Church's grand drama of salvation history, carefully structured and unfolded around the Bible. It is first and foremost a story, and that is the way it should be proclaimed and understood. All of the readings play a significant part. The story in fullness is told in a series of 9 passages, 7 from the Old Testament, 1 from Paul's letter to the Romans, and finally a section of the Gospel from Mark. This is the most solemn and important liturgy of the Word in the Church's entire year. Tonight at the liturgy, we've made some adjustments, but have selected passages that speak to us of God's marvelous deeds. The liturgy takes us back to the beginning of the story, when God created the entire world and humankind merely by speaking it all into being. This mighty word of God brought order out of chaos in a series of 6 days, which culminated with the creation of the first human being. This world and all that it contains is good, even very good. Everything is interconnected, and harmony is the rule of the day. Then God rested on the 7th day. The second reading proclaimed tells us how the central event of salvation history for the Israelites was the Passover. God, through his servant Moses, led the people out of bondage from Egypt and across the Red Sea into freedom. This story would be retold annually and relived by every believing Jew from that moment on. Passover is also very significant for Christians who believe that Jesus became the new Paschal Lamb, slaughtered for the salvation of all. Jesus is the ultimate liberator. Our third Old Testament reading from the book of the prophet Ezekiel brings our Old Testament readings to a close with a promise of hope. Ezekiel proclaims that God will provide cleansing for the people and restore them to God's good graces. God will do this not because the people deserve it, but because of God's holy name. The Old Testament readings emphasize the divine pattern of Israel experiencing death and resurrection. The people move toward death, but God consistently raises them up. This becomes the central paradigm for Jesus and the New Testament. Jesus himself embraces death on the cross, only to have God raise him up in the resurrection. For Christians, this is the ultimate saving event. Paul reflects on this paradigm and how it's symbolically entered into through the sacrament of baptism. The liturgy of the Word ends with Mark's story of the women finding the tomb of Jesus empty and being told by an angel what had really happened. Jesus has been raised up. The same God who started the whole process by creating the world and humankind has now created new life through the resurrection of Jesus, the Son of God. May this Easter truly be consoling for you and your families. May persecuted Christians everywhere, and in a special way those suffering in the Middle East and those singled out this week in Kenya, know the comfort and support of Christians the world over. May the Lord fill your hearts and your home with the gift of peace, the first gift that he gave to his disciples after the resurrection. On behalf of Monsignor Courtier, Father Jones, Father O'Connor, our Jesuit brothers from St. Andrew's Hall, Father Carr, Father Zanoni, and Father Sparks, wish all of you a very blessed Easter season. During this celebration of the Eucharist, in a very special way, we are praying that the peace of Christ will find a place in your heart and in your home, and that during the coming weeks and months, you will come to know ever more deeply the Lord's love for you, the importance of our Catholic faith, that you will live your Catholic faith, and that using every means at your disposal, you will help share your Catholic faith with others. God bless you.